Welcome to another Cabral House Call. I'm Steve Cabral, board-certified naturopathic doctor, and today on a very special house call from Carlsbad, California at the Chopra Center, I wanted to answer your questions on all things wellness. So the first question we have today is from Bert, and Bert's question is very simple, very straightforward. He says this: I don't seem to be getting the same wellness-based results that other people in my same position have been getting. Is it because I'm older than they are or getting too old? And I would tell you this, that as we age, our body, it's not that it can't recover, it's just that it might not recover as quickly because it may be depleted a little bit more than those a decade or 2 decades younger than this. The other thing is it can have more toxicities. And when it has more toxicities accumulated and built up, it takes a greater amount of time to remove those toxicities as well. But I truly believe that no matter what age you're at, no matter how old you are, that you can absolutely recover. And again, if it takes you an extra week or 2 weeks or even a month or so longer, that's still okay, right? I mean, we have to stop thinking about the quick fix mentality, the immediate gratification mentality, and understand that we're looking at this for the long term. And that if you get well in the short term, but you do it kind of through hacking and all those specific things, it may not last. What I talk about, what I preach is doing things that are going to last for you. So work on your detoxification through eating better, eating more easily digestible foods. Now that's the big thing, as I can say, is that when you're younger, sometimes you can get away with eating more difficult to digest meals because your digestive system is stronger. But when you're older, you have to try to start eating more easily digestible foods so that all of your energy doesn't go towards digestion. What are some of those things? Well, of course, you know that I preach and I love the AM smoothie because it doesn't take any real digestive strength to digest pre-mixed or pre-made up or blended foods. So that's one thing I do recommend. The other thing is, as you get older as well, try to use the dry sauna or the infrared sauna, or do dry brushing, or take Epsom salt baths. I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about those on an upcoming episode on just natural, easy, home detoxification based things that you can do. But those are also great things you can do to kind of relax and repair the body. The other thing is, as you age, you might need a little bit more sleep. Now you might think that you're not able to sleep as well, but you still need a little extra sleep to rejuvenate the body. And the last part would be that you do want to, sometimes it's best to look into a functional medicine based test, like even just a hair tissue mineral analysis, to see if your minerals are really low and to see if you just really need a good multi-mineral, multi-vitamin, or all-in-one protein type shake. Those can help give your body the energy it needs to take it to the next level. Because remember, it's energy output. You need energy for your immune system, you need energy for your adrenals, for your thyroid, for your digestion, you need more energy. Get your sleep, nourish your body with the foods and nutrients that it needs, and I know you'll be on the right path. All right, question number 2 is from Marjorie, and Marjorie asked this: I seem to get a headache every mid-afternoon around 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. What is that from? So there's a few different things. We see a lot of mid-afternoon headaches come from either tension-based or stress-based, so there's that part of it. The second one is from lowered blood sugar, meaning like 2 hours after a meal, you could have eaten too high a carbohydrate meal, not enough protein, not enough good fat, and that's dipped your blood sugar down. And when it dips your blood sugar, you can get a headache from that type of tension. And the third one can actually be from food sensitivities at lunch. So you could have been eating a meal, or a lot of people eat the same types of foods every day at lunch, and those foods could not be agreeing with you. A simple food sensitivity test could also tell you if that's part of the issue. The fourth part to this is this: if you sit at a desk, you might be using poor ergonomics. Go back to the Cabral concept that we did on a Training Thursday, I believe it was, where I show you those chair stretches, the ones that you can do for your neck to stretch all that tension out of your upper trapezius muscles and your neck and your shoulders to remove some of that tension. There's actually a whole, I'm not going to go too in depth right now, but what it is basically a conglomeration of muscles, tendons, ligaments, and actual like artery-based pathways through the neck, and they can get constricted. And when they get constricted, it can actually reduce blood flow and oxygen to the brain, and some people actually can get migraines and headaches that way. I'm going to talk, again, more about that in depth when we talk about migraines on a future Total Wellness Tuesday podcast. But for right now, just know that lowered blood sugar, meaning a drop in blood sugar from too high carbs at lunch, food sensitivities, poor ergonomics from how you're sitting, or tension and stress that second half of the day can all lead to those headaches. And I do believe that just by sifting through those first four, it most likely is one of those. It can be other things, but most likely one of those to fix. All right, and the third one is actually an exercise-based. And I know that we pick most of our exercise-based ones for the Training Thursdays, but today I thought this was really important as well, especially I'm here in front of the Choprasena Ayurvedic-based institute, and it's talking about, should my exercise program change as I get older? And so I think this is a nice one because it does lead to wellness as well. Everyone needs to exercise, and they need to exercise through their entire life. Let me repeat that. Exercise is for your entire life. But when you're 50, 60, 70 years old, obviously you're not going to be doing CrossFit workouts, right? I hope not. All right, you're going to be doing things that are going to keep your body supple, that are going to keep it lean, that are going to keep it flexible, that is going to keep that oxygen going. And yes, you absolutely can and should be doing strength-based and resistance-based training workouts. So I still recommend 2 to 3 minimum strength-based workouts per week. And again, that can just be your own body weight. Nothing wrong with that at all. And then I do recommend a couple of cardio workouts and even interval-based workouts as well. And that can be sprint-based. Again, you just have to look where you're at in your life and allow that where you're at in your life to dictate that. Now at 50 years old, you might actually just be starting the training program, and actually you might get stronger at 55 and 60, a lot of the clients that I've worked with, and you may actually be able to ramp up your workout even as you get older. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. So does your workout change as you get older? Yes, it changes always no matter where you're at in life. If you break your leg, your workout program changes. So just keep in mind, it's going to change for wherever you're at in your life. And if you haven't been exercising and now you're in your 60s or 70s listening to this, or wherever you might be, you just start with walking, right? You just get up to that 10,000 steps per day, which is what I always recommend. After you can do that, great. Now do some incline push-ups and maybe do some inverted rows and maybe do some bodyweight squats and some bodyweight split lunges, all of those specific things. Build up, and it's not a race, right? It's not a race. We actually want this race to last as long as possible, right? We want to work on anti-aging. So think about this for the long term. You can increase a month from now, you can increase 2 months from now, 3 months from now. Just start slow, build your way up, and continue to go. Now, if you're already someone who's in great shape, and you just say, should I start slowing down now that I'm aging? No, but I do think that you should balance it with some yoga, some Tai Chi, some Qigong, or at least some stretching and some flexibility work. And that will balance some of the heavier or harder training that you're doing right now. But I don't think that you should let yourself go. Absolutely not. Hopefully that's a nice quick answer to your question today. And why don't we do this? If you wanted more in-depth explanations, just go to stevencabral.com/Ask Cabral, and I'd be happy to answer that question or any other questions you do have for me. Thank you for tuning in to another Cabral House Call. It was my pleasure, and I'll be back real soon.